but
Thank you. I see the red light.
it's just when you were ready for,
Okay.
sorry. Okay.
Welcome to the Board of Assessors meeting of October 22nd, 2025, being held today here in the Senior Center Conference Room, Adult Activities Conference Room, at 25 Memorial Drive. In accordance with the requirements of the open meeting law, please be advised this meeting is being recorded over the Lunenburg Public Access channel on Facebook Live on the Public Access Facebook page, which is https://www.facebook.com/lunenburg-public-access-cable-157-427-270-975-305/. The recording can be found at the Lunenburg Access YouTube channel after the meeting tomorrow morning. The meeting will be held in person at this location. Members of the public are welcome to attend this in-person meeting. Please note that while an option for remote attendance and or participation is being provided as a courtesy to the public, the meeting will not be suspended nor terminated if technological problems interrupt the virtual broadcast, unless otherwise required by law. Members of the public with a particular interest in any item on this agenda should make plans for in-person versus virtual attendance. From a computer, please use the link that I will read off to you. It is to join the Zoom meeting, https://us02web.zoom.us/j/909174037 ? OMN equals 8934692, 42238. Meeting ID again is 909-174-0347. From the telephone, you can dial 888, toll-free number, 888-475-4499, and enter the webinar ID I just mentioned. I'll read it again. 909-174-0347 #. If you have not registered for Zoom, you'll be asked for your name and an email address. No participant ID is required. Just press the # sign when asked. Telephone users may dial the *9 to request to speak after joining the meeting. The computer app users may use the raise hand feature to request to speak. Let me read the rest of the Zoom stuff. Additionally, please be advised that the town of Lunenburg utilizes the Zoom platform as host for its hybrid and remote meetings, that the Zoom platform utilizes AI technology, known as AI Companion, to create audio transcriptions of meetings, to aid in the subsequent preparation of meeting minutes, and that AI Companion is activated immediately upon launching the Zoom application. You are hereby notified that this AI technology may capture audio prior to the start of the meeting and or following the conclusion of the meeting. The agenda lists all topics which may be discussed at the meeting and those reasonably anticipated by the chair. Votes may be taken as a result of these discussions. Not all items listed may in fact be discussed, and other items not listed may also be brought up for discussion to the extent permitted by open meeting law. I'll call us to order at 6:33. First we'll do introductions, and we'll hold off on you.
I'm Sarah Kammer.
I'm Brian LaFond.
And I'm Linda Chaika.
Thank you. Opening comments, we're going to do this a little out of order. We're going to ask for opening comments from the public. We have a member of the public here who I think would like to introduce himself, to give us your address, and then tell us why you're here.
Sure. I'm Brian Marple. I'm from 450 Lancaster Ave, and I'm here at the request of some friends of mine who said that there was some need for some assistance here on the Board of Assessors, and I agreed to come and check it out.
Great. We are in receipt of your, what used to be called talent bank form. I don't know what they call it now. Thank you very much for that. And what I will do is, if it's okay, just open it up for questions. I don't know if you have any, Sarah, and I will have some probably too.
Well, I was wondering what questions you have about serving on the Board of Assessors.
The most obvious one that I can think of is what would my role be? What would I do?
So our role is, I think of it is to serve as a check, to review the data that comes through, to ensure that it is accurately assessing the value of land and property in Lunenburg. So there is an effective and fair tax on properties that allows
I
us to have
presume
good
there
tax
are
base.
tools
Yeah.
that
Right.
support
So,
that.
one of the things that we're doing tonight is we are looking over the interim adjustment of taxes for properties based on the sales that happened in previous years. Actually,
Calendar year.
the calendar.
2024, we do
Yeah.
a full calendar year.
Yes, which is a little bit confusing, and I always have to pause. But that's how long it takes to get the data to be able to
Right.
adjust things. And then we review the data and agree on that assessment. And then we help set the tax rate.
The tax rate, I'll let you finish.
So, and the tax rate gets put before the select board, and they approve or adjust and decide that portion, is my understanding. And that usually happens around November. Then we go through the process of abatements. There's a little more. You want to fill in?
So I don't want to get too deeply into the weeds. Our primary responsibility is to value the properties, the taxable properties here in the community. Both real properties and personal property. Personal property mostly is for those folks who are involved in commercial activities, because it isn't necessarily just the value of the piece of land or building. So our primary responsibility is to make sure that we have a fair valuation based upon sales that occurred in a prior calendar year. So for this year, as Sarah mentioned, we are looking back at sales for calendar year 2024. You're trying to use a full year, full calendar year, and since 2025 is not completed yet, we have to go back a year. And based upon the sales that occurred during that year, we try to fairly value the rest of the properties here in the community, all the properties here in the community, as well as the personal property that I mentioned. The tax rate is really a function of what the town has approved to spend. That's town meeting that approves the spending, and what the values of the property in the community are, properties. So we don't really set the tax rate, but we do half of the equation.
We provide the values.
So the other half of the equation comes from town meeting. You've sat through
Yes.
dozens of town meetings, I'm sure. And if the town has decided that it wants to spend a certain amount of money, then that is how much we spend. That is what we have to raise. Generally, that's what we have to raise in taxes. I can be more specific than that. I mentioned that one of the things that we've been focused in on is making sure that we are as transparent as possible, that the town can find out what's happening by just tuning in. They come into the office at any time. We have now I would call it a fully staffed contingent. In the past, we didn't. At this point, we're fully staffed to our budget. We may be looking for more staffing at some point, but that would have to go to town meeting to decide if we can get some more staffing. We are one member shy on the board. So in order to create a quorum, we need 2 members. And if either one of us is not available, then we can't hold a meeting. We can't sign anything. We can't actually do any business. So having 3 members is really kind of crucial, because who knows who can make it any particular time.
And the other thing we do is we help administer exemptions. So there's several sections of
Right.
those.
You mentioned abatements, and so abatement applications are filed by any person, any taxpayer, that believes that their property or personal property was misvalued. And we go through and review and try to determine whether, in fact, it was misvalued. And that happens. We have thousands of properties here in town, and if we miss a few, oh well, we can fix it. And then there are exemptions for people in specific situations, blind, elderly. There's a whole list of different types of exemptions, and if they fulfill the requirements for those exemptions, we would then approve those exemptions, and they would get a reduction in their tax bill. We just introduced a new senior means tested tax exemption that I think we got 8 applications for. We're still reviewing a couple of them. But this, again, will help people to stay in their homes that wouldn't otherwise potentially be able to. So we're trying to look out for the folks in town, and our responsibility is to treat everybody fairly. Not everybody feels like they've been treated fairly, but to treat everybody fairly and to have criteria against which we make those decisions. So a lot of it's criteria based. If you were to become a member of the Board of Assessors, there is a training schedule that you have to go through that the state mandates. It's got 10 modules. It's got 10 modules, 2 of which have to be done fairly quickly before you can actually start voting on things. You also have to, the open meeting and conflict of interest training. So you have to go through all of that stuff. And that's basically anybody here in town that's on any board has to go through both of those. So it's a commitment of some time. We will take as much of the time that you're willing to give. And in fact, you'll have questions, and you may want to come into the office and ask our staff. It's a very lengthy cycle that we go through. So we started trying to get the information that we use. We have a company called Vision Government Systems, who helps us with the interim. Once they have given us the data and some analysis, we then check the data and do some more analysis of our own. And then that all has to go through a review process up through to the select board before the tax rate is set. Then all the tax bills have to be cut, so there's a whole bunch of work that goes on in there. Then all the abatement applications start to come in, so then a whole bunch of work but there, and then the exemption applications come in, and we have to do a whole bunch of work there. So it like peaks and valleys, but there are some larger peaks as far as the workload is concerned. And then there are other, during the summer, we typically have met on a monthly basis during the summer. During the non-summer, I'll call it, the rest of the year, we typically meet about twice a month. We've been mostly meeting on Wednesdays because that happened to be the most attractive day for each of us, so that we could actually make it to the meeting. We try to be accommodating though, so just last week we had a meeting on a Thursday because we couldn't make it on a Wednesday. So I don't know what your schedule looks like evenings, if that may become a problem or not become a problem. I suspect.
Now, as a retired person, I'd have to say that I have a lot of free time.
Well, we'll take care of that. What else? Oh, so this is an appointed position because the election occurred back in May.
Yes.
So we will have to jointly work with the select board and determine whether you get appointed, if you're still interested and haven't run away screaming yet.
I will say, I did not find the courses to be very difficult.
I'm not at all concerned.
Yeah.
I personally have done work and worked for the United States government for nearly 20 years of my career.
Yep.
I know an awful lot about the government and processes, and I've also been the president of a corporation the treasurer of a corporation. I know a lot of things.
That was very welcome. I'm glad to hear that. I don't know if there's anything else I should cover. Oh, wait a minute. Meeting schedule, training modules,
Conflict of interest, open
conflict,
meeting law.
open, well, we've been trying to be open.
Yeah.
I think that's the bulk of what I want to make sure and cover. I think I spoke too long.
They do typically like us to attend town meetings.
Right,
So you attend town meetings as well.
right.
And how often are those? I can't
Yeah,
remember.
twice a year.
Twice a
Twice a
year.
year.
Typically twice a year. We have one in May, typically early May.
Yeah.
That is the annual town meeting. And then there's a
Right.
special town meeting typically, and this one's going to be November 12th?
No, 18th,
18th.
yeah, at 7.
Doing it off the top of my head.
It's a Tuesday.
And that happens to be a Tuesday, yeah.
No, I'm the one that switched the annual town meeting to come before the elections.
Yes.
Instead of
Thank you.
after.
After.
Thank you.
Because that messed up so much.
Yep, it was poor choice for 2 years, I think. I think it was 2 years we did it out of order or something, 2 or 3.
Yeah, it was a while, but
Yeah.
it was enough to be a real problem.
Yep, so. Do you have any other questions for us?
Nothing that I can think of that doesn't go into severe detail. if you know what I
I
mean.
was trying not to go to the rat holes, but, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it would just be, what task would I be starting on after all the training, et cetera, that needs to be done, and then what participatory level of my role would it be?
Yep.
Am I just the person who could say no,
Well-
or yes,
So
or we must?
There are times.
I have found in my experience that we have a lot of different things that have to go on. So one of the things we have to do is revisit the neighborhoods that we have and the site indexes that we have. And so I was involved with that for a while until it was clear that we needed to do more than a citizen group should accomplish. We would need some additional resources for that. So I was involved in that for a while. And so that's stuff that you can do outside of the meeting. And we have different things like that pop up, I would say.
I presume that was related to the jacked up taxes for all of the
It wasn't,
lakefront properties.
it wasn't completely dependent upon that, but that's one of the factors. Actually, every 5 years, we have to do a full reval. And during our last full reval, the Department of Revenue asked us to go back and revise our site indexes, which is our current proxy for neighborhoods. We have over 3,000 properties in one neighborhood, and we have several other neighborhoods that are much smaller, the lakes being one of them, where they're like
200,
400, I
400.
think.
Well, site index too, I was playing with it today, is like 160 something.
Yep, so we have some really small
Yeah.
neighborhoods that are very specialized. We have at least one that is huge and encompasses far too many divergent properties. So they asked us to go back and take a look at that again. And part of it was driven by the lake thing that happened with I call it the tax debacle. But it was also driven by the fact that our neighborhoods have not been reviewed in a long, long time, like decades.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. Mine has not been reviewed in decades.
Correct.
Probably close to the 30 years I've lived
Correct.
here.
Yeah.
Correct.
I've
That's
looked
absolutely
at,
correct.
my
Prob-
property assessment values and what it thinks I have, and my house has changed enormously
Right,
Yes.
over 30 years.
right.
Mine's changed over 15, so I can only imagine. So I guess what I was trying to get at with that is there's always data to look at and
Right.
and get insight from, to share to the meeting, and have discussions about in open meeting, and then go back to the data and look at it. We are finding there's just a lot of things that were not updated for many, many years. As we look at some pieces of data, we get more things that we need to look at. Our assessor found, like we needed to look at liens for chapter land, for example. So
And you're probably not familiar with what chapter land is, but that's okay, you'll learn it.
I'll learn what chapter land is, I'm sure.
Yep.
I guess my point is you can be as busy or as unbusy as.
It's pretty tough to be unbusy.
It's hard to be unbusy. Like, I work full time, and I find
It's already busy.
that I'm already busy, but I still am busy just looking at the data, because we do the interim every year.
Right.
And we look at abatements every year, and we look at exemptions every year. So there's a whole bunch of chunks that you can look at, and as you go through the course, I think you'll find things that you're interested in. But then, while we're going through meetings and things like that, I think you'll find other things as well.
Right. One of the things we've done over the past couple of years is revisions to the qualifiers for exemptions, because they had not been updated in decades, and people would have to basically make 75 cents a year to qualify. Well, I'm obviously exaggerating, but if you made more than $20,000, you're not eligible for this. And if you're making only $20,000, you probably should be eligible for this. So we've gone back and done a bunch of revisions to the qualifiers for a bunch of exemptions, a whole mess of them.
That's the current list right there with the amounts and
Right.
the income and asset limits for the ones that have it.
Right.
So, and we add COLA to two of our
Well,
exemptions.
because the exemptions were fixed amounts, and were passed in the 90s, the fixed amounts were really small. So we just adopted. The state allows us to adopt, but we have to adopt the application of COLA, so that they will automatically increase based upon what's happening with the inflation, etc. So that's there's a whole bunch of other stuff like that we do. So it's not just all the cyclical stuff we just talked about, and there are ongoing activities, and if you have a specific area of interest, certainly we can direct you there. So, anything else? Do you have any further questions? It's okay if you don't.
No, the only thing I have is how will I jump on board?
So there'll be an onboarding process, assuming that you are appointed. You'll get a town email.
Okay.
You'll get an account with Gateway, with the Department of Revenue.
Okay.
That's where you can actually go do the 10 training modules. But there's some other information out there available to us that the state provides, or that they consolidate and provide back to us in many cases. And it's probably, speaking from experience, we had to hit the ground running, but it took me at least 3 months to kind of get an idea of what the heck's going on.
Yeah.
And then probably the better part of another 9 months, so a full year before it was like, oh, so this is when that happens, this is when this thing has to happen, oh, that report has to be done.
We started about the same time.
We started within 2 weeks of each other.
It's a lot of work. I actually have an assessing calendar in the office.
I was gonna ask you to bring it, I forgot.
I
Because the first year I was like, oh, and now this.
And, well, that's right, it was, oh, phew, no, we're not finished.
And so who is the author of these large quantities of wonderful paperwork?
We make copies in the office of reports that in some cases are authored by our consultant. I mentioned Vision Government Systems. For some things, we have other consultants doing other work, other contracted stuff. We have a mapping company that we are working with, so that when you go onto the assessor's website, you can take a look at your map, you can go look at your property. You can then pull up your Vision property card, so it tells you all the information. Nope, let me phrase it differently. It tells you a lot of information, right? A lot of information as it pertains to your house, your property. It doesn't tell you everything. There's a lot more behind there that doesn't come up on the card, that we can access in the office, but you and I can't access as taxpayers. So you'll get to be familiar with some of the other stuff that's underlying all that. Yeah, there'll be some phrases you go, what the hell's that? Land curve. What the hell's a land curve? Well, you'll cover that during your training, and then you'll go, what the heck does that really mean?
Actually, reading how to read your vision card really helped me with all of that.
We had the vision cards out there, but we didn't have any way to tell people how to look at the thing.
Yeah.
So Sarah graciously pulled together
I mostly borrowed it from Concord.
you stole, but you
I just want to give credit where it's
borrowed.
due. Yeah.
So that people can go in and just, read through this, how to read your vision card, and then you can go, okay, now this is what that means, and this is what that means. Oh, this is in this situation. So a lot of what we've worked on has been trying to make sure we are communicating with the taxpayers, because one of the biggest failures in the past was lack of communication.
Yes.
So, and if you know anything about designing brochures there's all kinds of things that we have to do. And spreadsheet, hopefully your spreadsheet familiar.
I'm a spreadsheet fanatic.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a lot of spreadsheets.
Good. As long as you're familiar with the spreadsheets, we can figure out how to present information. This mega amount of information has to be boiled down to something we can all understand. So, and if you're a spreadsheet savvy, that's a
Very helpful.
huge help.
Very spreadsheet savvy.
That's a huge help. So,
I'm database savvy, and I'm savvy with the.
well, I'm
with a lot of
surprised
computing
there's.
stuff.
There are some databases underlying some of the stuff that we don't get to access the databases
Yeah.
directly,
Yeah. That's,
because in many cases they're either held by a third party or the state has it.
yeah.
So we can look at stuff, but we can't necessarily
Right.
do anything.
You can't adjust anything.
No, and
No.
You
right,
put query maybe.
right.
Yes.
Exactly.
So,
Got it.
perfect.
Yeah.
So,
And then
Cool.
you can maybe get a download to do what you want to figure out.
Been there, done that, yes.
and if you know what you're looking for, we can go to the third party and say, send us a report that looks like this. But in many cases, we aren't able to design our own reports, so I
Yeah.
find that limiting so far. Okay,
Okay.
thank you. You are
Sure.
welcome. Is there any other final thing you wanted to do? No. I very much appreciate you coming forward. We've been struggling with just the two of us, and we've been making it work, but it is a little bit of a struggle.
Yes.
And often we'll have to have signatures, and one of us is out of town, or somebody's off, whatever, sick.
I'm familiar.
Yep. And it feels
Does it
like
function on Robert's Rules of Order?
modified.
Mostly.
Modified, yeah, kinda. If Robert's not in the room, he won't know.
Well, I'm looking forward to the secretary's report, that's all.
Yep.
I'm kidding.
Well, we have a chair and a vice chair, although I reserved the right when we did that to revisit our
Yeah.
assignments
As new
once we got a third member. So once you're on board, if you're approved or
We should do that.
appointed,
Yeah.
we will revisit the assignments, and you certainly, whatever you want to do, we can probably find some way to do it for you to do it.
Yeah.
So,
whatever you want me to do, I will
well, thank you.
go yay, nay,
It's
or whatever
great.
is necessary.
Um,
Am I keeping these?
Yeah,
can
if
have those.
You can have
It
those.
is really nice to meet you. And
Yeah,
I'm glad
nice
you're
to meet you
stepping
as well.
forward.
Well, thank you. It's really very nice to have come and to catch on to this.
You're welcome to stay for the next 2.5 hours, or not.
My wife is expecting me
Enjoy the evening.
Yeah.
I would do the same thing. But
over at the library. So.
oh, she's at the library? You said she's at the
Yeah.
library? Oh, waiting for you.
She's waiting for me at the
Oh.
library. So.
My wife just retired from the library, so she was the children's librarian until 2 weeks ago, Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much, Brian.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you all.
And
Again.
we will follow up with the town manager to find out what the next steps are as far as getting the whole group together so that we can vote on your. You may need to come to a meeting with the select board just so they can ask you some questions.
No
I
problem.
don't know what that looks like.
You can say thank you to Anna Lockwood for inviting me to.
Anna, I knew there would be somebody that yes, she's wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Nice
you.
to meet you.
Have a great evening.
Yes,
We'll,
you
uh,
too.
Thank you, Anna.
Thank you, Anna.
Hi, Brian.
Thanks very much,
Bye.
Brian.
Two Brian's.
That'll be a little confusing. Well, that was opening comments from the public. Anybody else on the,
I hope that is
Zoom.
operating properly. It
I
looks
can't tell.
different than it normally does. I don't know what
There's a
changed
video
about it.
somewhere of all of us going like this.
Yeah.
oh, wait a minute,
It
we should
just
do this
looks
for Joe, right? No other public comment. We'll actually see if there's any comment from the board.
I don't see. Oh, wait a
Anything
minute.
more to
Recording
cover?
paused.
No.
Shoot.
It's okay, we have a record of
No.
it.
We have a record.
Okay.
So any comment from the board? None from you? None from me? Let's move to the status report from the principal assessor.
I didn't have a chance to get that done. I know I did one a couple weeks ago, so.
Oh, well,
That's
it's,
okay.
it's,
Yeah.
it's not a written, well, we like to
No,
have
well,
a
I
written
mean,
status report, but
I
What
have the
happened
interim.
this week?
Oh, God, we've been
There you go.
busy as, and I gotta tell you, we've gone through a lot of the data, and I've gone back and forth to Vision several times. I was hoping to get the LA3 uploaded so that you guys could hopefully, approve it, but that didn't happen, so it looks like it might be Monday.
so can you give us a thumbnail sketch of where we are with the LA3?
I am waiting for the report from her. She's given me this data, but I need to actually get the report uploaded. That was the plan. I waited till she was supposed to be back at 5:30. I called at 20 of 6, and I've really been dumping a lot of stuff at her, asking a lot of questions. We've been, really going through a lot of things. And actually, I
The
was,
Horizon Vision.
what's that?
It's Cindy from
Cindy, yeah.
Cosgrove.
Cindy Cosgrove. And she was
From
checking with
Vision.
Mike.
And in fact, we should probably try to avoid pronouns because
Yes,
it just makes it so
yes.
difficult.
Yeah, so we've gone back a lot, asked them a lot of questions that, why am I being muted?
It's okay if we're muted. It's okay if we're muted.
Okay, let me get rid of that. I'm just gonna leave it alone at this point, I don't. So I ran a new LA4 because there was a couple of things I noticed with the condos and asked them to make some adjustments, and we reviewed a lot of things that we thought were, high. Tried to go through a lot, but I think we're getting to a point where we gotta get the LA3 and then we'll submit the LA4. And we had someone come into the office today questioning their site index along the lake, and that is something that we really need to get started on because, I really, at this point, I don't know if I can change anything because, these numbers, we have to get Randy Mercier, is our Munis consultant in, because I don't want bills to be late, and I'm starting to get nervous that things aren't being submitted to in Gateway. And I don't think we were this late last year, so,
Yes, we were exactly this late.
were we?
2
I don't
weeks.
remember it
We were
being-
2 weeks late. They were due. So
Yeah.
since that came up, I got a little frustrated with the tardiness of the information that we're getting from Vision. I wrote this. It's actually a request to Jen and Julie so that in the future, our contracts have some kind of teeth in them. And I want to explain why we have deadlines that we have and how much pain and suffering the missing of deadlines downstream causes, upstream causes us downstream.
Well, I have to say, this year, we had the functional and economic obsolescent discounts that we found.
Oh, we've had a lot of things.
We've had a lot of things we've corrected, which is a good thing. That may have attributed to some of them. I did submit those in July
Correct.
to
And,
Vision.
and now it's October.
And, you know, I know that they have over, I don't even know the exact number of towns.
Well, we don't care about that.
There's a lot, but
We as their customer don't care how many customers they have. What they really need to do is if they can't handle the customers they have, they need to not take a contract. Not that I want to lose them. But we had the same problem historically in the assessor's office when our company got too big to actually pay any attention to us. And it cost us $1.3 million to fix, ultimately. So having said that, that's what this note is. I'm gonna let you read through it. We do not have to use this. We can take as much out of here as necessary.
I think it's thorough. I have one recommendation. Once again, we have found that the data analysis have arrived from Vision.
Oh, you can make whatever edits you want. I'm not married to the. Basically, it says for the last 2 years,
Yep.
we've received the information that was due on September 30th, over 2 weeks late, or about 2 weeks late, which cuts completely into our time to do any in-depth analysis. And we really need to have some teeth in our contract that say if you're gonna be late, you're not gonna get paid as much. Or something. So, and I threw this together at 2 o'clock in the morning because I was so mad. So oh, you don't have to sign it yet. I'll make the changes. Just, Sarah has some suggested
Yeah.
changes and it's mostly grammar.
Once again, we have found out that,
Okay,
because we didn't just find out, it's happened again.
right.
But other than that, I agree with every word.
And they did send another report, which I did forward you today, that is updated with,
So we got some,
I mean, we scheduled another meeting just so we could go through the data, you know.
and we have quite a few exemptions too, but this one does have the site indexes.
thank gosh.
There was one thing that I brought up today because, again, Denise and I were looking at one part of the lake because a resident came in questioning their value, and rightfully so. We gotta get started on this project, and I'm hoping after the bills go out, in all fairness, things need to be consistent, and we've been trying to wait until everything was approved so we could get started, but some
So
of the stuff
it's not gonna be perfect.
no, it's not.
So we may run into situations where we have an individual property and we go, yeah, that's a
Yeah.
mistake. We need to
And
fix
that's
it. But
gonna be an abatement.
we will fix them. Ultimately, the last place we can fix them is as abatement or then ATB.
Yeah.
So, while we want to get them as correct as possible as we move forward, we can't stop moving forward.
No, and it's getting to the point where we have to move forward because of some things that need to get
We're
done.
under the gun,
We are under the gun.
which is basically what this thing says, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
Yeah, we can't address that one right now, unfortunately.
yeah.
Right.
But,
And you really can't make any changes
No.
to the database because Vision is basically running all these reports
Yeah.
based upon database.
yeah.
Yeah.
We can keep a note aside that says this needs to be fixed.
Yeah. We can still do inspections and then update things once the bills go out.
Correct?
Or
Yes.
people can file abatements.
Yeah, so
Correct.
this would be on a to-do list after.
Yeah.
X,
So that's
Y,
kind of
and
when
Z.
people question it, that's what we're gonna do.
Yep.
I did have one question
Right
on
approach.
the cost of the site index one. Now, the site indexes, and maybe I should explain those. I started last night, but I didn't have it with me. 1A, we have one which is prime waterfront, 1A, which is, I would say,
Average.
well,
The A
good.
was for average.
Well,
According to the thing that they put together 2 years ago, 3
Yeah.
years ago, A was average and B was below average.
Yeah.
well, right,
And what was
maybe I
that?
should say that.
And 1 was excellent.
One is Superior. We have neighborhood 2, neighborhood 3, which is really half the town.
Thousands. Yep.
Half the town is in neighborhood 3.
More than half.
Yeah, which we need to,
It's over 60% of the town.
yeah. Neighborhood 4, and then 5. So these site indexes did not really change from fiscal '25 to '26.
Yep.
I was questioning the.
Individual properties might have,
Yes,
Yeah.
but the overall didn't get reset.
exactly. One of them actually did go down, actually 2 of them went down. 1A went from 2.5 to 2.45, and that's the cost within that site index. 1B, remained the same at 2.42. 1 is 3.7, so there's a huge disparity between 1 and 1A, which is 2.45.
And we have seen that in the past.
Yeah, and I know this is all based on sales.
Mhm.
This is all supported by sales, but I was just questioning the large gap
Right.
in what that is, and I didn't know, and I hadn't heard back, but I promised, I said this will be my last question, because we have been throwing a lot of things.
If we'd had the information sooner, the questions would have come sooner, we wouldn't be under the gun.
Yeah.
So it's not our fault that we're asking all these questions at the last minute
Yeah.
because we didn't get the data till the last minute.
Yeah,
So don't apologize for asking questions because they need to be answered.
yeah. Well, we've been asking them, but, so I did get the site indexes. This is the updated report from them. So I did want the site indexes on them.
Thank
because
you.
we should have them.
See those.
It's-
And in addition to the land curve, which is the cost that I keep in the office. So when we do get abatements and people question their land value, I can go to the square footage and say, oh, this is the cost
Right.
of what is. So we can explain it to them.
Not that they will like the explanation
No,
necessarily,
but-
but at least they, it's data driven and here's what the data is.
But our goal again is to be fair and equitable, and we will do our best to do that. So these are pretty much the rate changes that I have. I did actually run the new LA4,
That's this one right here.
and
Yeah.
I went through, and actually, just based on the values, the change from last year on the single family was 1.8%.
Across, okay.
For a single family.
Nice.
I actually did the percentages, and I think with some of the changes we made, it actually went down a little bit. Condos was 2.9%. The, one,
Can you tell us what the condos originally were? Weren't they much higher before?
yeah,
Yeah. So based
Did.
upon our pushback
yeah,
and our analysis of the data,
yeah.
it got to 2.9.
Yeah, that's the average. And again, vision adjusts based on sales within complexes too. I did ask them to look at one complex because I felt
Yeah.
it was too high. Because I actually went on MLS and did my own analysis to just kind of check and see what the median was, and my median was, some of the sales
Different.
didn't justify. So I asked that they bring that condo complex adjustment, which was 4%, down to 2%.
Right.
So that did help with that. 109s, which are 2 houses on one parcel went up 6.6%. We do actually have the ADUs
Mhm.
starting to come in.
Oh,
so-
good.
Yep, we have seen those, the
New growth.
New growth, yeah. I'll go through that in a minute, actually. I have updated numbers on that. The 2 families went up 2.3%. 3 families went up 4.2%. So that's as far as I got on doing that tonight.
That's
But
fine. Thank
but
you.
it's,
Considering we just got the data,
Yeah.
that's great, thank you.
so that's that. And then the growth, I wanted to clarify that number because I got some updated data from RRC, which is our personal property company
Right.
today.
Yep.
That's the
So our total, we had estimated,
This one?
the sheet right here that has the total, so that's the personal property.
This is growth.
This is what you want us to
Yeah,
look at. the
this
graph.
is the growth. So it's on page 3 of
One that
yours.
says growth.
She said personal property.
And I put it at the end,
Oh.
I put it kind of at the end of yours, so it wouldn't be confusing, but mine I put on the top page.
Oh,
Just so
okay.
it does, these are all the properties that had growth, new decks, porches, additions, garages, they all count as growth.
Right.
The DOR wants a list of these, we have to put the address, the land use code, the type of growth, a description of what it is,
Yep.
and the amount. So for fiscal 2026, our real estate was, tax dollars was $394,297, roughly, I'm rounding up. And then our personal property was $124,684. So our total growth for FY 2026 is $518,980,
And we had originally estimated that at,
$400,000.
so
So we're
that's a
100
huge help.
Yeah, so I wanted to clarify that. And then I have the, the assessed value. I did it both assessed value and with the tax rate,
Yep.
and then the dollar amount. So that is all set. I am waiting to, hopefully, as I mentioned, get the LA3 uploaded, and I'll let you know when that's done and if you feel comfortable approving it.
We'll have to look at it.
Yeah, look at
obviously,
it.
'cause
There is,
Again, one of the reasons we got in trouble in the past was approval without review.
yeah.
We're not gonna do that.
Well, that hasn't happened this time. I will
No,
assure you.
there's plenty of reviews right now.
We have
wanna
been
our
going
own.
through a lot of reviews and multiple reports we've been running because things have been changing.
And I know you're reviewing it, but we're gonna do that too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
So I just wanted to share that I went through all of the old versus new wood site because that's a common question that we get in front of the select board. So I did a pivot table.
Oh, I love that.
And I did it for the properties that are 1010 land use code. And then I highlighted the percent difference when it was above that amount, so it's in red.
mm-hmm.
So that might be a couple properties that we need to look at in each of the site indices. And then I put a box around ones that are like 5 to 10% higher than the average. So I saw that there was another paper that had growth,
Oh, yeah,
and that might explain
it will.
some of those.
Yeah, most of those are new construction.
Yeah.
Right.
So, or stuff taken out of chapter land, so,
It would be pretty cool to link that up so we have it in there, especially before the abatement files come. We can go, oh, well, this was the one that had the addition.
Right.
we actually have all the notes on the record card too.
Okay.
So we,
You see
again-
that, I don't. So
Yeah. I mean, we have it there, it's just a lot of work for us, and I started a spreadsheet, Denise had a spreadsheet, and now I'm trying to put it on one But I'm trying to reduce the amount of paperwork just because there's so many other things. This is like a really busy time of year. And we have a new finance director, so
What's
she
her
just
name?
started, Katie McKenna.
Fabulous.
So she seems like she's.
And is
gonna
there
be
an
great.
overlap? Is Izzy still here?
No, Izzy
Left.
is gone. He left Monday. He was using up his personal time.
Oh,
So,
shoot. I didn't get to say goodbye.
yeah. So he is gone at this point. But I've run the reports. I will let you know anything else that I receive from Vision. That LA3 sales report will be uploaded into Gateway, and I'll send it to you.
You'll let
once
us
I
know when
receive
it's
it.
there.
Yeah. So,
Just an
What-
FYI, I tried to log in, and my login is not working, so I sent a note
Oh.
and asked for it to get fixed.
yeah.
You know who there was a name that we had
Linda
gotten.
Bradley, as
Is
far
that who you
as I
sent
know.
it to?
I sent it to our town clerk, because that's
Oh.
who I'm supposed to,
Oh, Kathy.
yeah,
Kathy.
Oh.
yeah. I tried to log in yesterday, and it wasn't working. I don't know.
Mine worked.
Congratulations.
Well, no, I just, it was not it's not something that crosses the boundary of
Yeah.
who, it's just,
Yeah, it's just, I don't know what happened, but it wasn't working, so, and when I went to reset it, it said to contact our clerk, so
contact the clerk.
I'm sure it'll get taken care of
She-
tomorrow, and I'll be ready to go on Monday.
Yeah, they'll take care of it. And then the other thing too is the assessor's website. Kara had sent said that you could log in and.
We have to set up an
Yeah, an
I'll
account.
set up an account.
We
Yeah.
have to set up another account.
When you have a chance,
I'm so excited.
look at that. They made some great changes and there's more.
I can't wait to see it. I just
Yeah.
haven't had time.
Yeah.
One of the things we have done in the past is when we have the data, then we put that up. We've historically put the qualified sales
Oh, yeah.
up on the web,
Yeah,
and all that, so.
Yep.
we'll do that. And then I was gonna do the new proposed values too. Once I know everything's all set, which I believe it is at
Now,
this
in,
point.
in the past, we've posted some of the sales
Mhm.
on
Bulletin boards?
bulletin board
Yeah.
outside. Is that something that we can do?
I was gonna ask Robin to do that. I was
Okay,
thinking
that's
that
a
would be a good
yeah.
idea.
Yep, yep.
Because we can even do it condominiums, just as,
I think that's a great idea, so
Awesome.
I'm thrilled that we're gonna continue that.
yeah. I
It
did-
isn't our primary job, but I think it helps us to
Yeah,
reach out to the community, so.
and we always encourage people to, any questions, look at your record card. Unfortunately, I do want to mention that the Vision property record card is only updated once a year.
Right,
So
so
that
it's old.
value is probably not going to match the value that's on the GIS. So well, if we get that new mapping system, that whole
Or-
issue will go away.
If we get a linked mapping system,
yeah.
regardless of what it
It's
is.
gonna be
even
great.
Great,
Yeah, so,
okay.
so yeah, so that's the goal. But no, we do want to definitely do that. The means tested, I got the other two applications that were in question for you to
They're fully
review
signed?
tonight, fully
Oh,
signed.
Nice.
And one of the residents actually gave me a hug because she was so happy that,
Who hugs their
yeah.
assessor?
So I said, wow, can I have another one of those?
Congratulations.
So they're very happy with this new exemption, and it's great. And
Nice.
hopefully next year we have more
Well, that
people,
was
but,
success.
Well,
yeah,
right, I think this was the first year, and I think some people were looking at it askance and saying, well, I don't have to tell you all this information, and how
Yeah.
much am I gonna save anyway? And when they start seeing that people are actually saving $2,700 a year.
2730,
I mean,
yeah.
20, yeah, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
well, I'd like to save that too. And it's probably gonna be more, well, it's
Yeah.
definitely gonna be more next year, we don't know how much.
Yeah.
Um,
But no, it's great. And I have some other ideas of some other items that we can look at next year, possibly.
Well, I have one too that I'm not gonna, well, I'll mention it right now. We have nothing, we have virtually nothing for disabled people.
That was what I was gonna mention to you.
Oh.
Yeah. We're on the same,
I should have,
same page.
I should have let you take the
That's
credit for
scary.
the thought then, because you probably had the same thought as I, yeah, it's just
Yeah.
one of those.
Glad we can look at that.
Yeah, we do
I
need to
think
look
it'd
at
be
that.
fabulous, and you know, if someone is fully disabled, clearly they're gonna be on a fixed income, and there may be some, in many cases. And, right, so let's see what we can do about helping those people too. So, we're on the same wavelength. Yeah.
So maybe we try for next spring.
I think for
Springtime.
next spring, we should put together a warrant article for that. And we need to find out what the state will allow us to do. Because there may be some limitation on that, but I think not. I don't think there's too much.
Well, I have some information from my trusty source in Westford, so he's already sent me some stuff.
Perfect.
That's great.
Yeah, because I came across that. I had
I'll just
across
keep
a
my mouth
resident.
shut. You do whatever you need to do.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna wait till we get everything done with these
Well, I'm not sure I can keep my mouth shut.
assessed values, but,
Yeah.
So anything else on report from the principal assessor we need to cover?
that's it.
Okay, review and approve minutes. I had sent off, I don't think they're on the list. Maybe they are. Minutes for June 11th. And
Oh, that wasn't-
May 19th and June 11th.
Oh, I thought you already did those. It's like,
Nope.
where's my other sheet?
Those are the ones I sent over on, what, Sunday and Monday or whatever? Monday and Tuesday? What day's today? Sunday and Monday, I think.
Yes, so good.
Or Saturday and Sunday.
Oh,
Whatever.
here's one thing. This is the LA4 for the personal property. I ran out as well.
Oh,
That's a.
More
this is-
data.
This is a breakdown, just so you have that. Those are all the 500s.
okay.
Yep.
Feel free to edit as necessary.
Can I motion to approve the minutes of June 11th?
You may. I'll second that.
In favor?
Aye?
Aye.
So June 11th,
You need to sign this.
it's 10:22? Today the 22nd? It is.
Yeah.
You want to initial it? Thank you.
I do have the
Is that, what date was that one?
executive
That was, okay.
This one was
May?
June 11th.
June, we lost track of some of the ones that were on this list before, I think, at some point, because those have definitely not been done till now.
So the rest of the dates, July 16th, July 29th, August 13th, wait, I haven't done any of those, and I need to add, actually, I'll add tonight's to that as well. I didn't get to the executive session for last week, but I
Right.
will. But I do have the changes that were made for the first,
For the
October
first?
1st,
Oh.
executive session, and
Okay.
I have motion to approve the minutes of May 19th.
I'll second that.
In favor?
Aye. There you have it.
thank you.
What I did is I went back to the town website and looked at all the ones that didn't have minutes yet. So I printed off all of them, excuse me. I pulled them all into my computer and now I've been working through them, so.
Thank you.
It's needs to be done. And I don't think Brian's ready to do that yet. But Brian's doing it. So this is,
That's 3
All the
copies
same.
of that, yeah. And
do we
the-
need 3 copies?
No, I just made 3, but the draft is on the one that was marked up is on the back.
Just so we know what we were suggesting changes.
I motion to approve, sorry.
Beautiful. No, I think that's for the, perfect.
Yeah, motion to approve the minutes of the executive session of October 1st.
Second that.
In favor?
Aye, aye.
Do we need to sign one copy?
Yep.
Yeah. And we have to hold this until the other one is done.
Until the other one's
Put them
done, so we
both
can put them together. Or if we put one out there, then we have to still give them two afterwards, so.
They like them all together.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
yeah, it's less.
Well,
I accept that there's some things that can't be, anyway.
we could separately post the executive session, which means we'd have not twice as
Many
many,
papers.
but a lot more meetings, and I'm not sure that makes any sense.
I understand why they want to keep them together though.
We don't need these other copies, right?
Oh, no, nope,
I'll toss them.
perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're catching up.
We are.
So that's all the minutes thing. Do we have any, well, review the interim adjustments, that's what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
And 41A warrant income limitation increase. So you went to select board meeting last night.
Yep. I didn't have any clarification. I tried to contact the attorney of the day.
Did you see the notes that I swapped back and forth with Jen and Adam?
I
Yeah.
saw them.
But I didn't see was
We never
anything-
got clarification. So
Okay.
we will either have three categories or one. I believe the wording of the rest of the thing is fine.
Yeah,
So when we get feedback from town council, and if I haven't gotten feedback by tomorrow, he's having hours here in town, so I may just drop by.
yeah.
Thank you.
But other than that, I think the rest of it is fine. The select board feedback on it was,
Oh, it was, they were fine with it. I
Okay.
mean, we just stated that we.
and this is
were trying
gonna
to
be
get more
only article
clarification.
about 41A,
Yeah, which will be nice.
so there won't be any confusion about, okay.
Which one do we vote on?
It is confusing. It does sound like the 72, and I asked a couple of other assessors, and their understanding is that it's just the 72,000.
Well, that's what's written,
Yeah, but it's not
but
clear.
it says tied to this, and this has three
Yeah,
categories.
It's
So-
confusing.
I figured we'll put it out there and somebody will tell us what we have to do. But that's fine. Okay, cool. So we're at 41A, where it's done.
Okay.
Upcoming meetings.
Yeah, I didn't know next week. I have a conflict on,
Next week is
Monday,
the last week in October?
no, we're gonna do the first week in
I
November.
know, you said next week.
Oh, sorry, I'm a week off. Yes.
I just,
First
when you
week of
said next week, I
November.
thought, oh God, I've got another meeting.
No.
Poor Joe will have to sit there for hours. No.
So, I don't know what would work the first week of November.
What's a good day? Do you have any idea yet?
Other than
about
Monday
your
and Wednesday.
schedule?
No. I
Sarah
kinda
has
know
some
more on
things that are-
Saturday.
Right.
Okay.
Are undefined at this point.
All right.
So when you get clarity on when you're available, if you're available,
Yeah, I think maybe we should schedule a meeting, and if we have to change it, we change it, because
Okay.
I
okay.
think, I
Yeah.
don't know.
No, I mean, it's
easier-
fine.
It's easier to figure it out with it.
Put a stake in the ground and
Yeah.
move the stake if we need to?
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. So what's the Wednesday? Is that,
So
Okay.
Wednesday,
I thought-
And Tuesday's
actually, we do the,
Tuesday something.
we do the first and, well, if we get, we
We
really
won't-
do need
we
to.
won't have it by then. It
Yeah.
has to go to a select board meeting where
Yeah.
we're all there.
Yeah.
I don't know how we do that. Or they can come to one of our meetings.
So do you want to tentatively do,
The
you
5th.
can't do Tuesday? Can you do Tuesday?
Still can't do Tuesdays.
Okay.
School's closed on Tuesday. for
So
some
what day is the 5th?
Mid-December,
Wednesday.
mid-December, I have a couple Tuesdays off.
Okay.
But
And that's the first week. I have I could do Monday, the 3rd. I just can't do Wednesday, the 5th.
Let's do Monday the 3rd then.
Monday, the 3rd, okay,
And if I can do it, if I can't do it, I'll know soon.
okay.
what day's the town meeting?
The 18th,
It's a Tuesday.
Okay.
yeah.
So our next meeting thereafter is November 19th.
Which is the
The
other
next
day
day.
after.
Okay, that's fine. So let's go with these dates that are on
Yeah.
here,
Okay.
And I'll,
and we'll change if we need to.
Yep.
A little
um,
agenda flex.
That's good.
So do you have the Celtics schedule in your mind?
I have it written down. I missed the opening game tonight for you guys.
She's not at the
I
opening
missed- I
game
missed it.
for this.
we have seats?
Yeah,
Oh my God.
half a season
I am
tickets.
so sorry.
That's okay. Well, my husband wasn't too happy, but I said, what am I gonna do?
Take the good with the bad? I don't know.
Hey, got you.
Anything else we wanted to cover during the open meeting?
I think that's it.
Okay. I motion to adjourn open meeting and enter into executive session, not to return to open session after exiting the executive session.
There was no more board comment, right?
Oh, sorry. No.
Oh,
Okay. Is there anybody in the public? There's not.
All right. Should I continue?
Yes, now continue,
Motion
please.
to enter executive session under purpose 7 to comply with or act under the authority of any general or special law or federal grant and aid requirements. And, quote, this executive session is applications for abatement or exemption under this chapter shall, except in proceedings before the county commissioners, the appellate tax board, or the court of commonwealth, be open only to the inspection of the assessors, the commissioner, the deputies, clerks, and assistants of either the assessors or the commissioners and such other officials or designated private auditors of the commonwealth. That's chapter 59, section 60 of the Massachusetts general law, is the law being cited.
Second. All in favor of adjourning?
Aye.
Aye. We may close this down, we may close.